Good morning, everyone. Welcome to National Signing Day at Salina Area Technical College. Hey, we're excited you're here. This has become a really fun tradition for us. It is a time to celebrate work. I know we all would. I want to celebrate retirement at some point in my future, but work is really kind of an important part of our life. Most of us are going to work in that 40 years, somewhere around 4 decade time frame. And we're excited that you're getting ready to train for that work life that you're going to have. Keep in mind you need to have a good work-life balance. So later on I may go see my kids run track. But you've got to be able to support those things that you really want and desire in your life. The reason why National Signing Day is so critically important for you is that you are valuable. You as students are going to be a critical part of our economy in the future, no matter what you're training for. National Signing Day is just a recognition that you are going to be a valuable part of our community in the future. Not that you're not valuable now. We really do value as students right now, but you're going to be that changing part of the workforce, that workforce that's going to develop into some great and innovative things that we haven't even thought of yet. You're going to be part of that. We're excited to have you participate in this National Signing Day with us. We have a speaker here that's going to go into some greater detail about things at National Signing Day for Salina Tech. A good friend of mine, Joe Ryan, I've known him since I've come to Salina. He's right over here, and he'll come up here in just a minute. Thank you again, parents. Thanks for coming. We welcome you as well. You're part of our community, and we appreciate everyone that isn't able to come today for whatever reason, but are participating in other areas. All right, well, without further ado, I'm going to ask Joe to come up here and take over. Great to have you, Joe. Thank you, Greg.
As President Nichols said, welcome to Salina Area Technical College and National Technical Signing Day. This day is dedicated to high school students and honors you, the four of you who are here today, who are making a commitment to technical education. This is a small group, but as always, you're a mighty group who's gathered here to celebrate the dignity of work. Too often in education, we celebrate the four-year schools and forget that it's the graduates of schools like this that really make the world go round. My name is Joe Ryan, and I'm currently on the Board of Ed at Smoky Valley Lindsborg, and I am retired from a previous life, working for almost 20 years, supporting high school technical education programs around the north central part of the state. I've worked in Phillipsburg, which I think a couple of you are from. I always had to remember to slow down when I went through Glade on my way to Phillipsburg so I didn't get a speeding ticket. And remember seeing Prairie View when I was heading out to Almena Northern Valley up on the highway there. So beautiful country up there, and welcome to Salina. I've worked in Clay Center. Where's Hannah? Hannah there. Worked in that district a lot over the years. Great people in that community and good educators. And to you, Hannah, welcome. And Rylan from West Elk isn't here today. I think they had some storm damage or something last night. He's from down in southeast Kansas. But Emma, you from Pratt, welcome. I never worked in the Pratt community when I was working, but have friends and colleagues who work there. So again, we're happy to have you and all your parents here. As I said earlier, this is a day when you're making a commitment to technical education. This is the day that you make the commitment to laying the foundation for your future. This is the day that you make the commitment to being a lifelong learner. The future is rarely clear, but what is clear is that the skills you will use in your chosen profession will continue to change and evolve. The skills that you need 10 years from now will most likely be different from what you learn next year in class. The basics may be the same, but the technology will change, and you will need to commit to continually evolving with your craft. This is the day you make a commitment to hard work. We get out of life what we earn. Success won't be handed to you, and yes, there are times things will be hard. What we as educators are tasked with is to help you learn to make the hard easier. So many people wait for life to get easy. Life will never get easier. But if we as educators do our job, we'll help you make the hard better. Ask your parents to think back to when you were first born. If it was like me, I had no clue how hard parenting was going to be. Is that right, parents? But we learned to do the hard better. Things that we agonized over with our first child became more routine with the children who came later. We learned to do the hard better. If we do our jobs right, that's what you will find while you're studying here. But that requires a commitment on your part. It requires a mental shift in your brain that, yes, this may be hard now, but I know I can get through this, and it will be less hard next time. This is the day to make a commitment to be open to what the world offers you. I'm going to speak to Rylan even though he's not here. I don't know what your goals are, Rylan, for studying diesel technology, but I can tell you that the sky's the limit with that skill. There are so many opportunities to choose from. Don't be scared to step out of your comfort zone and explore those opportunities. Laramie is studying early childhood. We have such a need not only for early childhood educators, but also educators of all kinds. Who knows what path this will ultimately lead you on? The same with Emma, Hannah, and Madison, entering the dental assistant program. Getting that certificate will open so many doors, doors that you may not even know that exist yet. But be open to grow in your profession and all the possibilities that are out there. And finally, this is the day you make a commitment to taking risks. They maybe shouldn't be crazy risks. They should be educated ones, but don't be afraid to get out of your comfort zone. Getting out of your comfort zone is where growth occurs. You're all taking a big step by attending a school that isn't close to where you live. Embrace getting out of your comfort zone and grow as a person. I'm the oldest of 7 kids, and so I've always been a bit of a risk taker. One of those risks was over 10 years ago when I was introduced to NC3, who is the National Coalition of Certification Centers and the primary sponsor for today. You may not realize it, but you are among thousands of students nationwide who are signing letters of intent, committing to dozens of schools across this country. 10 years ago, I was working alongside the Train Corporation trying to find ways to integrate business and industry standards into high school curriculums. In short, we were trying to figure out how to teach skills needed in the heating and air conditioning industry in high school classes. NC3 was just getting started in Kenosha, Wisconsin. And when I visited there and saw what they were doing at Gateway Tech, I told Kevin Ward from Train, the person I was working with, that we need to bring this to Kansas somehow. We kept knocking on doors and introducing what NC3 was about, and it slowly took root. This event is just another example of what chasing what you believe in and taking some risks can result in. The first signing day was 9 years ago at Washburn Tech in Topeka. My good friend Clark Coco, who was president of the Tech College then, and an old basketball coach, would always sit around and talk to us about wouldn't it be cool to have a signing day for tech students like we do for athletes. You know, he dreamed of it, talked about it for years even before he was at Washburn Tech, and he pulled it off. And it's turned into this nationwide event. I was honored to be at that first one 9 years ago, and I'm honored to be at this one here with you today. In closing, I want to thank Train. Bill Nelson's here, representing them, and Kansas Works for helping sponsor this event. I think there may be some swag for you from them. I think that's what's in your bags that are there sitting there in front of you. Welcome again to Salina Tech and to the Salina community. There are good people here that will help you achieve your dreams. Keep reaching for those dreams and make us all proud. Thank you.
Our first signer today will be Laramie Chestnut from Glade, Kansas, signing for early childhood education. Larry and her parent representative wants to come up. Oh, not today. And Melissa. If we could give Laramie a round of applause. All right, our second signer today will be Maddie Brackney from Prairie View, Kansas, with her mom. And Maddie is studying dental assistant, and Miss Kate is here. Come on. Great, and we give Maddie a round of applause. Welcome to Salina Technical. So excited to have you. And Miss Hannah is up next. Hannah's joining us all the way from Clay Center, also studying for dental assistant with Miss Kate. And Hannah's mom is joining as well. Welcome, Hannah. Let's give her a round of applause. All right, Miss Emma from Pratt and her parents, also part of our dental assistant program. Let's give Ms. Emma a round of applause as well. Thank you so much. All right, thank you everybody for joining us today. I'm glad you all made it out. Please enjoy some breakfast snacks. And those of you that inquire for tours, we have those set up as well as meeting with Rachel for financial aid. Thank you again for coming out.